My name is Ambreen and I'm the founder of Simply Mithai, a little Mithai shop here in Chicago. Mithai is actually a traditional sweet in India. Like any type of happy event that happens, you get Mithai. You graduated from kindergarten, great, Mithai gets celebrated. But then in America, we just don't really have those many options.
My kids, they don't like mithai. Indian mithai, no. And all my cousins, everyone's kids, they don't like the mithai.
Our generation is moving away from a lot of the standard mithai, and I just wanted something that's like a beautiful box that I'm proud to like give to my friends and family when we're celebrating an occasion.
The one you get it here is not that fresh or not that made properly like that. So in fact, then I told her, let's do the infusion, American and Indian.
So our signature item is like these little box of chocolates, and the bonbons are filled with a traditional Indian sweet called barfi. We created the recipe together, and then I made the box of chocolates. So she brought the East and I brought the West.
I grew up in India. I was born and raised there. But then I went to Saudi Arabia because of my husband got the job there. So we went there and we stayed there for 14 years.
So she went to culinary school in India, and growing up in Saudi Arabia, my mom always made cakes. Like it was always a cake for all of our birthdays, and she would like do this elaborate thing. And it's funny, there's like pictures of it now as like growing up, but that's like one of my main memories is always like my mom making a cake, and she'd always like write on it, and I was always amazed by that.
I used to create, whatever they tell me, they wanted some cartoon or whatever they wanted. I used to create them, and they used to be very excited growing up.
My father, when we moved to America, he was working really, really hard. He was an architect back home, but when he moved to America, he wasn't a licensed architect. So he was really making like $30,000 a year, bare minimum.
We were struggling with 4 kids. I have 4 kids, 2 daughters and 2 sons. So we were struggling, and only my husband was working. So we have to meet the ends. It was very hard for us to do anything.
There was a time when his company decided that they were paying him too much and they decided to lay him off. He felt heartbroken that he was just like, I can't believe this, what am I gonna do now? But then once he finally was laid off and kind of forced into this position, he ended up like flying, because he was like, okay, let me do this, let me do that. And he explored with so many of his entrepreneurial desires, and he ended up being so much more successful and so happy. But then 6 months later, he was diagnosed with cancer and passed away. This all happened during my senior year of college, and when I graduated, I was working finance, and I just kind of like looked around and I was like, this isn't what I want at all. I'm like, I don't want to spend like, 13 years down the road and be in the same position my father was and pass away, or who knows what tomorrow holds. So that was my main thing as to like why I decided culinary school and why I decided that I just wanted to pursue something I actually enjoyed versus numbers.
Do you think that now you and your family have reached the American dream?
Not yet. Sky is the limit. So I don't know. We want to do it more because I want to encourage my kids to do more and more.
I'm so grateful for all of the opportunities that I've been given. Like being able to go to college and succeed in my corporate life as much as I have, but then also have the ability to start this business and be able to just have zero limitations. Literally the sky is the limit, to be able to do whatever I want with it and to expand as much as I want and just succeed if I choose to continue to do so. Or if tomorrow I decide not to, I can do that too, right? Like it's just a beautiful thing to be able to do that. So to me now the American dream is just living a fulfilling life without any restrictions.